Q&As? Anybody have any?
First of all, some of this, because this was fantastic, and you worked your butt off for us, and I so appreciate it.
You're welcome, JD. I try to. I want to put as much as possible in there, and I hate when you have to go so fast to try to keep track of time. But you guys had a lot of questions, and so it's really your fault. I mean,
That's why
honestly,
our butts are still in the seats.
yeah, and mine's hurting. So
Mine too.
okay, hit me with questions, Andrea.
Okay, I'm having problems finding this group. Is this is this on Facebook for Bev Standing? Is it on through her own thing? Like, how do I find it?
I think you just search for water cooler, don't you? Isn't that what?
Yeah.
I just searched
Try
water
that.
cooler voiceover and it came up first
On
thing.
on Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay,
Go.
let me try again. I'll go
Right
try
here.
again.
It's in chat.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate that. Trisha just posted a nice comment, but thank you too, Andrea. Okay, Rebecca.
Okay, I gotta ask this because I live in audiobook world. That's where I spend my VIA time because I love the storytelling. But why is it that none of you wonderful voiceover authors have audiobooks of your books?
Yeah, that's really funny because I actually I'm going to do it someday, but now I have 5 books and I'm kind of going, oh, the workload is just growing. I've started based on inspiration from Craig Williams, I believe, providing audio versions of my weekly blog. So for those who are kind of on the go, you can listen to them as opposed to reading them. And this Mondays is all about sex too. So it's going to be a great one. It's
Where
not
are
all
you
about
posting
sex.
the audio of the. Where are you posting those, or is it just
For the blog? I'm kidding, by the way. It's not all about sex, but sex is mentioned, and it's used in a funny sense. The audio version of the blog is at the top of each blog. It just says read or enjoy the audio version of the blog.
Didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all the great information and for honestly answering that. I'll just throw this out there from something I learned today. If you need to hire a voiceover artist who does audiobooks, let's talk.
You are probably you need to get in line, I think, because everyone says that. When are you going to do an audiobook version of this? And I'm like, hey, and they go, I know a good voiceover person. I know a good voiceover artist. So you have to get in line. But I think that would be I write primarily from a satirical standpoint, which entails comedy. And so to have a woman narrating mine would, I think, be very funny. So I don't know. I have to really explore where I go with that. Aren't you a man? Yeah, but I'm also a woman.
I can do it in my Sam Elliott voice. Just saying.
Oh man, there you go. Damn, good old Sam.
It's a good one.
All right, Jen Greenfield.
Hey guys. Well, so just to piggyback on that, so my uncle, he's well into his 70s and he is a hunter fisherman. He's been a writer, a blogger. Well, not a blogger. He's been a writer for periodicals and different things on hunting and fishing in Oklahoma. But anyway, so I did the same thing you did, Rebecca. I was like, hey, my dad's a software engineer and does all things computer. So he started posting my uncle's articles on his behalf. And I was like, I think you might need someone to narrate, do the audio of your articles, because, your audience might be a little older and they don't want to read the fine print. Anyway, it was pretty funny. He was kind of hesitant. He's like, I think people like to just read what I write. I was like, okay. But anyway, but I tried the same thing. Okay. So back to the business. Josh, in your opinion, why are agencies accepting cheap / less than professional work? Why is this? Are we literally at a number? You talk about numbers, but I'm talking financial numbers. I mean, are we literally at bottom line here that these agencies are willing to go to Fiverr, pay $5, pay $20, and then do all this additional work to try to get it right just for the bottom line?
Well, I think it depends which agencies you're talking about.
Whoever's buying into these professional VO people who, you were joking about, hey, they're doing an audition on their phone. I've heard those auditions. I've heard these echoey published, projects. And I'm like, what do they have to gain by supporting that kind of work?
Right.
Is it just bottom line?
It's bottom line. I think is my answer would be bottom line. And money
Perfect.
talks. Money
Yeah.
talks. If you can get a voice talent for 50 as opposed to getting them for 300, it's your bottom line. Especially when those companies are coming up on end of year fiscal budget,
Right.
and so it's easier for them to squeeze something in. We are the only ones who really are concerned, or some of us borderline obsessed with the principle of preserving market rates. They don't know market rates like we do.
Right.
So they just think, and what's infuriating in many cases is that these companies will come to you and go, we want to do this spot or this project or whatever. Our budget is 300. And okay, no worries. Where are you planning on using it and for how long? And they say, well, it's going to be all over the entire universe.
Forever.
In perpetuity. And we've got 17 cut downs, and we want to be able to use those in. So you're really talking about $40 trillion is your cost. So I don't know any company that has that budget for advertising. So there's really nothing that you can do other than just simply maintain your ground, stand your ground, stick to your guns as far as market rates that you're entitled to, and hope that there's a sea change eventually to the industry where people come around and they go, advertisers and producers and production companies come around and they go, I think the rate is this. And the only way that will happen is through every voice talent standing their ground, holding up the GVAA rate guide or similar, and the proliferation of said rate guide and dissemination of said rate guide into said studios so that they all know this is the rate. So, and when we don't maintain that standard, we just continue that erosion. Really, that's just all we do is we continue the erosion of the pay scale.
Okay, my last thing was Liz Atherton made a comment on a Clubhouse with the entertainment dudes, right? I just forgot their names of a
George and Dan?
Cameron. No, I'll think of it in a minute. It's not relevant. But she said she feels like she's got sight into the future and she sees jingles coming back. I wondered what your thoughts were on that.
Well, I'd be right on top of that, but it's like, I did jingles, and then I did singing, and then I did singles. I'm not sure that I would really get into it that much because I just prefer doing voiceovers. I'm not a prognosticator like Liz or like any agent who's seen the ebb and flow of different trends, coming from the rear view mirror up into in front of your car. JMC sees that pretty clearly. Liz probably sees that pretty clearly, having been an agent and having dealt with that. But honestly, I think she's more right than wrong, because what comes around goes around. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Things keep coming back. Bell bottoms go away and then they're back again. Bell bottoms go away and then they're back again. And so, yeah, they might be right. I'll probably hop on that bandwagon, but I think it'll probably be a bandwagon. Okay, you went, so I guess you're done. Okay, Maurice.
Hey, I have a question about LinkedIn. I'm in the process of changing my LinkedIn from my federal position to focus on voice acting. But as far as groups on LinkedIn, do you know of any good groups to join on LinkedIn for voice actors?
I'm not as active with the groups on LinkedIn because I'm active in the groups on Facebook. But there is a casting and directors group that I've joined on Facebook, on LinkedIn, that is rather large. I haven't posted in there a lot, but let me actually grab that link because I know that there's plenty of activity there. And there's a character voice actors group. I think it's this one. And I joined it, I think, predominantly because there's a lot of members. There's 23,498 members.
Wow.
So you can check that one. And then for character voice actors, there's another one of 4,000 members. But there's an e-learning industry group of 128,000 members. If anyone would like that link, you can post that one as well. And I think they're great groups because ultimately, what I really liked, Google Plus, if anybody remembers Google Plus before it imploded, they actually had they had some good groups on there that you could join, and it was actually pretty conversational. you could engage in good regular conversation with people from different market segments and different industries. And I was like, oh man, that's going away, bummer. So when I wasn't privy to the fact that LinkedIn had all these groups. So I love that they have the groups. I'm just not as active in them as I am in the Facebook ones, but the links are now in the chat.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never really focused on LinkedIn, and everybody's been telling me to start using it. So
It's huge. It's huge. It's a business search engine of like at least 600 million users in the US. You know, it's crazy.
well, that's my focus over the next couple of weeks. Thank you.
Thank you. And do something about that high-pitched voice, will you? Can you try and bring it down a few notches? This is kind of
Sure, I will.
unnerving.
Okay.
See what you can do about that. Okay, anybody else? Nobody wants to drag it out anymore. Stop the bleeding. Okay, guys, seriously, thank you so much. I have to go. Okay, do you mind? No. Thank you for sticking around for as long as you did. Holy cow. I'm going to send a follow-up email, probably not for a little bit because I have human beings that I want to go see. Little ones, especially, I want to go see. Our 2-year-old was throwing up again last night, so he got a tummy bug. And I got to go bite his tummy. I chew on his tummy like that. And he loves that. Actually, he doesn't, but I do. That's the clearer point. But as soon as I can, either tonight or tomorrow or Monday, I will send you a follow-up email that has, once I've got the recording all ready and downloadable, I'll send you a link to the recording. I'll send you a reminder of the bonuses that you're eligible for. And if you post a review today, again, please use that hashtags Josh Alexander Workshops. I always forget what the hashtag is. So just a minute. I think it's Josh Alexander Workshops. Yeah. And you could post that because that helps start develop that traction for the next time I do it. But I really appreciate you guys sticking around, and feel free and email me at josh@supervoiceover.com if you have any other questions. All right.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you,
much.
Josh.
Go get 'em.
Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Next week.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Oh, we gotta get a
Oh.
picture. I
Oh
totally forgot.
yeah.
Picture. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I always forget that part. And we've got 27 out of the 33 or 35.
I posted a great picture of you in the chat.
So we gotta take your best selfie face. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. Let's see if I captured it properly. Then you are dismissed. Let's see. Okay, got it. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. It was great. Thank you
Bye,
very much.
everybody.
Have a great
Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Take care, everyone.